Hello there and welcome back to FDW.
FDW, what is up?
Tell you what's up this week, Jose. It's the go home show before Vengeance Day.
That it is, and we have main event Sheamus.
Yes, as one man looking for a bit of vengeance is the man who he will be facing at the pay-per-view.
Yes, Sheamus yet to mention the stipulation after winning last week's six-man tag match. So
Yeah.
we look forward to him to making that statement tonight.
But it will be settled at Vengeance Day.
Yep.
But before we get there first, we've got a few bits of business that need to be tied up. First things first, Axiom versus Butch, and a little bit of a tete-a-tete from their meeting in the tag match last week. And Butch again scoring the pinfall.
Brute's on a bit of a roll here on FDW.
Butch more than anyone, as Butch was the one that picked up the victory last week. So
Butch is looking very impressive, and it was over Axiom yet again.
Yes, it appears that Butch is his Achilles heel.
He's got his number.
But next up, another man we saw in action last week, Baron Corbin, in the corner of Bronson. Been called out by Bron Breakker.
Yeah,
we haven't seen in action for quite a while.
Bron Breakker obviously was originally in the tag division as one of the tag team champions. Has since broken free of the tag division that suddenly dissolved.
Yep.
And he's looking to make his mark on the singles divisions. And who better to go up against than Baron Corbin? He is sort of a measuring stick, as it were, in the FDW locker room.
Setting your sights on Barry, it's a good way to start getting momentum on your side, as Barry's been somewhat successful in the past, but this time being stepped up to by a former tag champion.
Would it be the start of something new for Bron Breakker, or will it be the end of days for him?
Nice, see what he did there.
Yeah, I liked it.
Shallow and pedantic.
I'm sitting here at half-mast, I'm that pleased with that.
Half-mast Jose.
Baron Corbin. He didn't get too much of a run out last week. He looked good while he was in the ring, but he seemed to take a step back and leave it to Bronson and Axiom to deal with most of it.
He ran interference a little bit, but his allegiance with Bronson was tentative at best.
Yeah, it was a working relationship as opposed to any kind of friendship or teamwork.
Just Taya Gardner off to the side. Friendship!
Shining friendship.
Get around and I'll mark us with a special sign.
Just a happy face.
Yu-Gi-Oh! References aside, there is a match going on as Breakker manhandled into the ropes.
Bron Breakker probably not used to being the smaller of men, as Baron Corbin towers above him.
As he towers over most men, does Big Barry.
That's true, he's a tall man.
But Breakker has that pure speed and ferocity.
Oh, he is something else when he gets moving. A bit like the Juggernaut. As Baron Corbin really looking to dominate Bron Breakker here.
Powerbomb's one way to do that, just big release there, dropping him down to the mat.
And you've got to think that with Ricochet recently knocking off Carmelo Hayes, if you haven't watched that match, please do go ahead and go back to last
spoiler
week and watch that. Hey, it's already the week gone.
Yeah. Why would you watch this part before the previous part?
Exactly. But yeah, with the TV title, he's got to be looking for a new competitor, and this is definitely a chance for these two men to make their names heard.
I mean, literally every man who's stepped up to Ricochet has fallen.
It's including Baron Corbin.
Very much so. So could this be Breakker getting some momentum on his side, Corbin getting momentum on his side?
So far, it looks all Corbin, as Breakker's yet to really muster any kind of offense in this match. Perhaps struggling to find his footing in the singles division.
Well, they're all got to start somewhere, and picking a fight with Corbin is a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
Jimmy up to a 4 count as Breaker.
Over the turnbuckle. May have hurt himself more than Corbin there.
But just showing that he has what it takes.
Possible injury for Breaker if he's not careful.
Quick to his
Jimmy
feet
now
though.
continues the count.
Modified sling blade there from Corbin, dropping him down to the mat, and it has been a vantage Barry all match long.
That it has. Aaron Corbin really
Deep
looking
6 there on the outside, nearly catching Breaker's head on the stairs.
We're at a count of 6 now. These two might want to think about getting back into the ring.
7
Count
from
of 7.
Jimothy.
Jimmy will count you out.
Breaker with a big
suplex.
jack there.
Count of 9.
Will Corbin
Breaker
make it back to the ring in time?
No.
A count-out victory for Breaker.
Victory for Breaker. Probably not the way he'd like to win, but a win nonetheless.
It's an interesting way to score a win. It's not the most unusual thing we've seen here at FDW.
This is true.
As Jimmy getting in all sorts of trouble there with the cameraman.
It's called the Jim Chin Can.
Jim Jiminy, Jim Chin, Jim Chin, Drew. Well, a somewhat lackluster match, but
yeah,
you've got to be in it to win it.
Interesting match, to say the least.
Now, I'll tell you what is an interesting match. This.
Yeah. This is a must-win for both these women here.
As whoever wins this match will go on to face Tegan Knox at Vengeance Day to be crowned the FDW Women's Champion. As a good show of sportsmanship there from Hartwell and Perez.
That's what we like to see.
Yep. Jimmy taking time off here as Doug is in the ring.
Yep, Doug the bug-eyed ref.
He's been at his stash, he's been at the coke.
His friends call him Doug the drug.
Father Doug.
Doug.
Hartwell into the ring as Sam Perez looks for the splash here. And this has
nothing but turnbuckle.
Championship implications.
Speaking of championship implications, sorry to break from this match, Sheamus has just announced the stipulation for Vengeance Day.
Go on.
He has chosen to put the rivalry to bed once and for all in an ambulance match.
Sweet mother of God.
Yeah. He's had enough of the brawls, enough of the fights. This one is going to end when someone gets taken to the hospital.
And what better way for it to end? Hartwell looks to hook the leg.
Looks to end this one, but yeah, so huge news there.
Yeah. Hell in a Cell wasn't enough for them. An ambulance is going to be carting one of those men out of the building.
Yep, and the other's going to stand tall with that championship.
Standing tall at the moment is Indy Hartwell. Bringing Perez down to the mat.
Indy Hartwell has looked very impressive since joining FDW after Heatwave.
Yeah, it was a hell of a trade.
Yeah, Piper Niven for Hartwell.
Yep, after Piper Niven decided to walk away, claiming there was no gold. She should have had more faith.
Yep.
In us, the GMs.
Should have known we're always going to bring a belt back. We're not going to have no women's gold.
Yep, but Hartwell looking to make more of a name for herself, getting lost in the shuffle, it appears, on NXT.
Yeah. Not getting the opportunities over there, but we're all about opportunities over on FDW.
Yeah, regardless of whether they've got 2 belts.
Yeah.
Speaking of those 2, we're not going to talk about the 2 belts.
Yeah, let's not mention that.
Stuff went down off screen.
Yes, yeah. Some wild stuff.
Some wild stuff over on NXT, but we'll get to that in the pay-per-view. As Perez rolled out there as Hartwell, big kick there.
Indy Hartwell looking good here. Dropping Roxanne on her head.
Big sweeping DDT as she hooks the leg, and only a 2 count as the fight on Perez.
And you got to think, Perez has got to be kicking herself slightly. Had she won last week, this could have been for the title.
As Hartwell thought about the running elbow. Perez brings her into the corner. Big monkey flip there.
He just needs to do enough to get to Vengeance Day now, and then get a return match against Tegan Knox.
Flip through there, Canadian Destroyer from Perez. I believe that's the Pop Rocks.
This could be it. And
there's the 3 count.
Roxanne Perez getting yet another shot at Tegan Knox will go to Vengeance Day.
In a match that will be a bit of vengeance.
That it will. That it will. Indy Hartwell, unfortunately, coming up short, but hats off to Roxanne Perez. She's earned it. She's looked spectacular in this tournament so far.
Yes. Now, Jose. Not one to break the maths here, but I'm looking at things. And from what I'm looking at, unless I've got it wrong, Indy Hartwell is on 6 points, Roxanne Perez is on 6 points, and Tegan Knox is on 6 points.
Indy Hartwell is on 4 points.
Indy Hartwell's on 4 points. I wrote something down wrong.
Yeah. Tegan Knox, Indy Hartwell, and Roxanne Perez were all on 4 points last week. Tegan Knox won, giving her 6, and this was the final match in the series.
There we go. I really should pay closer attention to things and write numbers down correctly.
It's a good job both of us are keeping track, because I think we'd be screwed if that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it would be a hell of a triple threat, but yeah. It's going to be singles action at the pay-per-view, and this will
Tegan
also
Knox
be singles action.
Versus Roxanne Perez. Yes.
Knox versus Rox.
Champion looking to get a bit of a tune-up ahead of his now ambulance match.
Yeah, stepping into the ring with Apollo Crews.
How wise is it of Sheamus to be taking a match here tonight, knowing what he's got on the horizon?
Well, he's trying to show he's a fighting champion.
I mean, yeah, if he gets past Bronson Reed at the weekend, he will have to be taking on all comers, so maybe he's starting already.
Yep, we saw him in action against Axiom a couple of weeks ago. Now a bit of a tune-up with Apollo Crews, who again lost an opportunity at the TV title, but stepping up to the FDW champion can certainly help get your name back in the conversation.
He's trying his old Crews. He's trying to to make a name for himself here in FDW.
I mean, after becoming the butt of a joke, being traded for Kurt Angle.
Yes, yeah.
Will he turn that joke into a punchline?
Well, a win here would certainly be something special for him. It could hurt Sheamus's momentum heading into Vengeance Day.
Yeah, as you alluded to, it's probably not the wisest move as he raises the friend donkey fist.
Yep.
Probably not the wisest move there from Sheamus to be taking a match with anyone ahead of Bronson Reed, as Bronson gets a bit of rest in this week.
Well, you say that, but Bronson Reed is never known to take a night off.
No, he's always there. Always knocking around.
This should be a good match, actually. Quite similar styles. Both powerhouses. Sheamus, obviously, the taller of the two.
Yep, hell of a brawler. Apollo has shown as well that almost cruiserweight-esque speed and athleticism from out of nowhere.
Sheamus may struggle with the speed. Although we've seen Sheamus take on the likes of Seth Rollins and Axiom, as you mentioned previously, so he isn't completely
He's moving rather slowly. Seems a bit beat up, this Sheamus. He's been in the wars.
He was busted open last week in that 6-man tag match.
He's always getting busted open as Apollo Crews there demonstrating that high-flying prowess.
Really looking to take it to the champ.
Strikes to the head. It's a hell of a way to do that. And almost busted open again, maybe? Not quite.
Not quite. I think that might just be the colour of Sheamus's hair. As Doug looks on with the beady eyes. It's terrifying. Look at him. Staring a hole through Apollo Crews. Sheamus with the back body drop. feel like sometimes he's looking at us through the screen.
Staring into your soul.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Power bomb here from Apollo Crews.
Looking strong as Apollo Crews.
Hook to the leg.
And a kick out by Sheamus.
And again. A standing delayed moonsault there.
Athleticism on display. And Sheamus maybe taken aback by the athleticism. Apollo Crews obviously
coming off the top with a double axe handle. And flexing.
Bit of flexing never hurt anyone. Kick to the head, not mine. Apollo Crews can't afford to get complacent against Sheamus. A brogue kick could come out of nowhere.
And that's usually enough to seal the deal.
Yeah, unless you're Seth Rollins.
And you need like 16 of them.
Just stay down. Sheamus with the pinfall here, just a one count.
Crews straight with a kip up there, almost straight onto the shoulders.
White noise.
And drop down onto his neck.
Sheamus very grateful for the jump from Apollo Crews.
Surprise! There's the 3 count.
And that's all she wrote. Apollo Crews
defeating himself there, Apollo.
Looking game here, and Sheamus, a good tune-up for Sheamus, and hello.
And there he is. Not once taking
Bronson
night off.
Reed. Maybe.
That's the first time we've seen Bronson Reed step into the ring and not throw a punch.
Yeah.
Just staring down his next meal.
Possibly very happy with an ambulance match. I mean, anything goes.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed gets to unload on Sheamus at the weekend.
Giggity. But enough about pork with Bronson. There's beef with Bronson to settle at the pay-per-view, but a wrestle by numbers affair this week in the Go Home show.
It's good matches. We're going to see the culmination
rematch
of weeks
yeah.
of women's championships. And yeah, why is Indy Hartwell so far away in that picture?
Because she's so tall.
I'm looking forward to the
really far away.
I know.
Right, well, on that note of Joe's depth perception of Indy Hartwell, we're going to end things there. So join us back at Vengeance Day, where we'll be finally putting to bed Sheamus and Bronson Reed and crowning the inaugural FDW Women's Champion.
I look forward to it.
We'll catch you then.
Bye.